Good morning, everybody. So the purpose of this gathering, and I'll tell you about our organisation. No, just joking. I've just confirmed to the Labour caucus that I will step aside as leader of the Labour Party. There's no question that the poll results that came out last week, an internal poll, the Commonwealth Junction poll, the re-poll, were disturbing and very, very disappointing. In the end, as leader, you have to take responsibility, and I have and I do. The results also follow other poll results over the last 6 weeks that have shown a gradual decline in Labour's poll support. That said, I'm very proud that we have a campaign manifesto that has as its priorities good core Labour policies like housing, treating housing as if it is a human right, like schools so that we get world-class schools and education for our kids, like a health system that is there to look after you when you're sick, including mental health, and jobs for young people, and an environment that means we have rivers and water that is safe to swim in. Those are the things that are about building a nation, building a future, and that is the core of Labour's manifesto this election. They are good core Labour values. The campaign we will need to run over the next 7.5 weeks will be tough, will have to be determined. It will be a big fight. I remain now, as I was last week, utterly determined to be in that fight because it matters to too many New Zealanders for us not all to be in it. But it became pretty clear that the story around those polls was building a narrative day after day that meant we were not able to, have not been able to get our messages about the things that actually matter. I take responsibility for that, and it is my judgment that the party and the people who we are campaigning for will be better served by a new leader who can bring a fresh face and a fresh voice to this vital campaign in the general election this year.
Are you endorsing anybody as the future leader?
I haven't seen the list of candidates, but I expect that Jacinda will be nominated or will step up, and she will have my 100% backing.
Were you put under any pressure? Was there any suggestion of a no confidence vote of vote in front of you? Were you put under any pressure to go?
No, my colleagues have been incredibly generous and warm and supportive over the last few days. They are as deeply disappointed as I am. And we had good, mature discussions about what it is we need to do to make sure as we head into those crucial weeks in the campaign, we have the best chance to get our message out. And that's what this is all about.
Do you really believe this will enhance Labour's chances of winning the election?
I think what's pretty clear is that we need to get our message out way more clearly than we have done. I have absolute confidence in Jacinda. Of course, if she chooses to step up and be the leader, who knows what might happen. But I have absolute confidence in her ability to do that. And look, in the end, this is about the Labour Party as the party that represents people who end up missing out because of the system that we've got. And we've just got to fix those things. And the only way we get to fix those things that are core to Labour's being is we change the government. There's only one thing that matters, and that is we change the government.
Half an hour ago you told 2 reporters you weren't going to step down. What's changed your mind?
I've spoken to 1 reporter in the last half hour and mentioned nothing about stepping up, stepping down, stepping out, going around.
Did you lose the confidence of your front bench?
Look, I've had, as I said before, amazing comments from all colleagues, being very supportive, and we've had good discussions about what we all think is needed in the interest of the party, the people we represent, and the campaign we have to run. And in the end, we were all concerned about a narrative that was going day after day about the poll results, and we needed to break that and focus on something new so we could get our message out.
Do you think if you had chosen to stay that in fact you would still be the leader?
it was made pretty clear to me, it was my choice. It's my judgment. I think if there's one thing I've been able to do in the time I've been leader is exercise judgments about the best interest of the party, of the caucus. I am somebody who, in a leadership role, does take responsibility, and I'm pretty sure I think beyond myself. In the end, the only thing that matters is that we are able to run a good campaign uncluttered by distractions about polls and narratives about polls and leadership. We've got to get focused on the things that matter.
Are you personally gutted giving up this childhood dream of yours to be Prime Minister?
Good heavens, you're writing my biography already. Listen, in a leadership role and in politics, it is very fickle, and you cannot plan a path. You put yourself forward, you do your best, you make your contribution. And that's what matters in politics. I think I am a values-driven politician. I am a principled politician. I do what is right to make sure we make the difference for the New Zealanders for whom the difference is desperately needed right now.
Will you be staying on in politics?
Well, I certainly expect to be here till the end of this parliament, and I'll have to talk to the party about where I go on the list, but I would certainly like to continue to serve.
How can Labor lead a government if it can't lead itself?
Well, the party can lead itself. It's presently has a leader.
Stepping down.
Presently has a leader until 2030 who I think has shown a level of responsibility, who takes responsibility, who I think has shown honesty and integrity. If they rafted text messages and email messages over the last 24 hours is anything to go by, and I stand by the judgments I have made. But we have proven that we have a depth of talent in our party, and we have a determination to get out there, campaign out of our skins, and win.
Do you believe you have achieved cut through with the public?
Look, I mean, there's a million and one other commentators who will no doubt analyse that and make their judgments. I think I've been very pleased with the response I've had, the various public meetings we've had, including Levin on Friday night, 250 people. I enjoy those environments, and but I cannot preach to 3 million voters in the space of 8 weeks. I'm prepared to take 2 more questions, and then I'll really.
What's been the hardest thing for you as leader?
Sorry.
What's been the hardest thing for you as leader?
The job is a hard job, but it is a great privilege. Look, this might sound like trite sort of cliches, but it has been a great privilege. I've been, very honoured to work with incredible people, both caucus colleagues and staff. Right now, when I quickly cast my mind back over the nearly 3 years, I cannot think of a worse day or a bad day. I only have good memories. Please do not ruin that.
Do you honestly believe that now in Labour on Labour? What
Sorry.
sort of impact
I tell you
is
what,
this?
can I hear Mikey's and Katie and they'll get.
What sort of impact is this going to have on Labour come election day?
I think what it will mean is that we have a fresh face and a fresh voice, indeed a fresh approach, getting our message out, and that will make a difference. And we have to, and the priority is to make sure that New Zealanders understand not only what we're putting up, but the difference that we represent to this government, which after 9 years, frankly doesn't have a new idea, and still after 9 years has left far too many New Zealanders out. Okay.
If Jacinda puts her hand up, will you vote for her, and who would you like to be your deputy?
Yes, and I haven't thought.
Can I just ask
One more?
question of
One answer.
Carmel?
Oh, yes.
You seemed quite upset actually with this decision. What are your thoughts on it?
It's not upset with the decision. Politics is hard, and so of course, Andrew's done a great job for us, and we admire the fact that he's made this decision to step aside. But at the same time, you feel of 2 minds. Of course, there's a little bit of sadness, but we've got to get on with the job, and that's winning the election.
Was it the right decision?
Okay,
Thanks,
thanks, guys.
Thanks, Gary.